Welcome to Storytelling 101 Abstract / AHA, Passionate Relentlessness to the Rescue. And that'll probably make sense in a minute or two. So the other day, I took the crop damage model that I had developed and I found a way to abstract it into a somewhat simpler model. And in the process of doing that, it was sort of an aha moment as to how to take a relationship model and actually make it somewhat simpler. So I then said, well, if it works here, let me go ahead and set out to simplify the unwanted pregnancy, unwanted births relationship model that I developed for Storytelling 101. So I went through the same process that I did previously, and I ended up with this, which is absolutely not simpler than the model that I started with. So in a state of depression, I said, to hell with it, and decided to go take a nap. When I woke up for the nap, there was another aha moment, which I'm still reeling from, because it was, for me, it was one of those where you just stop and you say, whoa. I realized that what this relationship model is all about is really about unwanted pregnancies creating unwanted births. And if I look at then what happens within the context of this model, there are a bunch of things which serve to accommodate the births and diminish the unwantedness. And then there are a number of things which attempt to avoid the births, one way or another, and a few things which actually serve to avoid the pregnancy. And then what I realized is there's a couple of relationships that are not actually in this model at all, and that is that the avoid unwanted births actually diminishes the unwanted pregnancy avoidance, and we end up with a vicious reinforcing structure that actually makes things worse. And the diminished unwantedness diminishes the unwanted pregnancy avoidance, and I have another vicious reinforcing loop making things absolutely worse. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, what I'm looking at here is a shifting the burden archetype with two side effects. And once upon a time, well, on numerous occasions I have said that at the heart of any relationship model, there's probably one or a very few systems archetypes which are primarily responsible for the behavior of the structure. And I guess I should listen to myself from time to time because it just seems to be the case. Now, once I finished developing this, I said, well, how am I going to demonstrate to people what's actually in B25, 26, and B27? And then I figured out how to code this in Kumu, and it just blew me away. So that I set it up so that if you mouse over B25, it shows you which loops, which relationships are actually embedded in that. So if you want to go back and say, okay, what has been abstracted to create this balancing loop, there they are. And for the avoid births, it's this set of relationships. And for avoid pregnancy, it's this set of relationships. And it was, for me, you said, it was an aha moment, realizing that all of this is a shifting the burden archetype, but you don't realize it because you get lost in all the detail. So based upon that, I said, well, let me go back and take another look at the crop damage abstract. And I realized that what this is, it's a fixes that fail archetype with two fails. So that here's the problem and here's the solution. That's the fix. The failure is that this unintended consequence makes the situation worse. It's a vicious reinforcing loop. And this reinforcing loop is another vicious reinforcing loop making the situation worse. So given a problem and a response, to solve the problem, the unintended consequences of the actions actually make the situation worse, and it's referred to as a standard fixes that fail archetype. So I will look for them in the future. So as to the actual method of simplifying a relationship model in the future, I guess I have to go back to the drawing board and see if I can figure out some meaningful way to get myself from here to here without taking a nap and waiting for an aha moment, because it's probably not going to happen repeatedly when I would like it to. So hope you found this of some interest, and I'll have, if you go to in the notes section of this video or wherever else I posted this video, there should be a link to the context for this particular story into the Perspectives project, and that will take you here where both of the videos are and all of the other components and things that I consider closely related to Storytelling 101. So hope you found this interesting, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye.